Hello, everybody. Amon back with another mix and chill. It's been a while. I don't think I've recorded a mix and chill since November of last year. So, yeah, this is actually being recorded on February the 29th, but it'll probably be releasing in mid to late March. And I plan on having a remix dropping before this comes out and a few beats. So, the instrumental I'm going to make here will probably be displayed in a video before this comes out. But I figured I'd make another mix and chill and add timestamps on this one this time, just to see how it does this year. Bringing it back and getting ready to do some long form videos when I hit the 1K subscriber mark. Looking to get that monetization. But here we go. Let's get started. Here we go. I found a decent sample. Now, I was going to save this for a beat later, but I decided let's go ahead and use it and upload this beat to YouTube anyways. And then you guys will be seeing the stream after. So here's the sample, and we'll get into producing here in a minute. Sorry for the slurred and stuttered speech at times. It's been a long day, and I've already done a lot of recording before this. So yeah, here you go. Not too, complex, very simple, just some synth work there. And yeah, next I'll be finding a kick and a snare, adding drums, and I'll do some mixing. And I'm gonna time lapse all of that and show you what I have and maybe explain a bit more after. So here we go. I'll see you in a minute. All right, so I added the kick and the snare, and I just got the snare on every 2 and 4 beats, and then the kick, I actually did a whole little pattern with it. So this is what I've got so far. And yeah, from here, I guess I'll add some synth work, maybe 808s or some form of bass, and I'll see where I go from there. I still got to do a bit of mixing. I'll probably save that for the end and then do the arrangement, and I'll let you know where I go from here. This part will be time lapsed again. Okay, so as I said, I did a bit of synth work. I just added a bass synth. I rearranged some stuff and organized it, added an 808, and that's about it, really. And I lengthened the loop a bit for demonstration purposes, so here you go. After this, I'll probably do a bit of mixing and see where I want to go from there. Yeah, that's what I've got right now. So I'll go ahead and do some mixing, organize the mixer rack a little bit, slap some effects on there, and let you know what I did after. And we'll see where I want to go from there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. This will be time lapsed once again. Okay, so I really didn't do a whole lot here aside from volume changes. I linked everything to its own individual mixer track and linked them all to the buses. The snare has no effects or anything yet. I just turned it down by 5. The kick, no effects, just a sidechain controller linked to the 808 here, which has bass lane on it. I went ahead and turned the amount up to 22%. Mode and slope are set to classic and 6. You've got a frequency of 300, a width of 100. Nothing changed on that gain there. And we've got a stereo out. So I think this is all default settings. The only knob I really changed here was the frequency at 300 and the side harmonics amount up to 22%. We've got kilohertz distortion. Oh my God. I really said that. Oh my. Kilohertz distortion. I can hear myself while I talk, and it's a little awkward. I've got to have it that way, though, for it to be picked up by OBS. So I kind of stumble over my words here, on top of the fact that I've been recording all day today. And yeah, we've got these settings here. I'm pretty sure they're all by default. I just turned the drive up to 12 dB, and we've got it set to overdrive. Of course, I turned my 808 down by 11 because that really boosted it up through the ceiling. I've got my bass turned down to 6 and bass lane on it up to 33%. Almost said 33. Up to 30%. Man, I'm stumbling over my words a lot on this one. Rip me. Same frequency as last time at 300, and the rest of the settings are the same as well. And then we've got OTT with these settings here. I'm not going to go through each and every single one of them, but hopefully you can see it on screen. You know, we've got 20% depth and 90% on the time. That's really all that matters. Upward is 80 and downward's 90, if you want to know. Just for those who are curious. And then, yeah, we've got our synth linked here. The volume's peaking at around 18 decibels. Or negative 18, so I didn't touch it. I'll probably slap some OTT on it, turn it down by a little bit, and put reverb on some elements. So I'll make some extra touches here. Oh, and hot coffee EQ on the beat as usual, plus some stuff on the master. If you don't know what I slap on my master, my previous mix and chill talks about it. I've just got a low pass here, high pass. The high pass has a cut at around 30. Low pass has nothing. It's just there for automation purposes. This EQ here is really just to see the frequency range of stuff. I don't really make adjustments on the master EQ-wise if I don't have to, aside from the Pultic here, which once again, I'm not going to go over all the settings, but it's analog obsession, BPP rare, equalizer. But yeah, if you just search up Pultic Rare EQ, you'll find it. I've got the mid-side, right-left patcher preset here just to sum up any bass frequencies to mono and do some cleanup if necessary. Soft clipper, and then 2 limiters, the M limiter X, which I really like, and then fruity limiter just as a safety precaution with a tiny bit of saturation on the ceiling. Yeah. And I'll let you guys hear the beat, and then I'll go from there and do a bit more work and explain myself as usual. Here you go. And there was that, so I'm going to get to work. This part will be time-lapsed, and I'll explain myself afterwards. I'll see you then. All right. So I decided to add two more things before I messed with the mixing and arrangement too much. I just added some vocal sound effects, which you'll hear on the replay here. They've got no effects on them. They're just dry vocals sent straight to the effects bus. And then I've got a hat, once again with no effects, turned down by two, and it goes straight to the drum bus. So I'll play the beat here, and then I'll do some mixing, mess with the arrangement, mix it again, and that'll probably be it. Here's the second or third to last demonstration we'll do. And yeah, that's that. So I'll do some mixing, and this will be time lapsed. Real quick, for those who don't know, if you take 60,000 divided by the BPM of your song, so in this case 74, and then divide that by an even integer like 8 for this instance, you can put your reverb on beat. It'll get it on every fourth beat, half beat, every bar. It just depends on what number you use. And I may link the chart or calculations for that in the description if I remember. But yeah, 101.35 is the number we'll be using. And now I'll get back to mixing. This will be time lapsed. All right, so I did a bit more mixing. I just added some reverberation, distortion, two pair type, by the way, and a little bit of noise on the snare here, and turned it down a bit by again to -6. Turned the synth down by 1 because I added some OTT, 20% depth, 100% time, and 100% on both upward and downward compression. And then I added some Valhalla Vintage reverb. I just decided to pick Concert Hall with the 1980s color. It's got 420 on the decay. You know me, 420, everybody. 30% on the mix. And then I took our number from the calculations and pasted it into the pre delay. A low cut of 300, high cut of 8,000. That's generally the default I have loaded up here. Oh, and I cut a little bit out of the lows. I didn't cut it with a hard slope. I just kind of rolled off a little bit here to give the bass and kick a little more room so it wasn't too bassy on this track. And I'm not going to play a preview yet. I'm going to go ahead and mess with the arrangement. And once it's all set up, I may play a preview or I may wait until the full thing. And yeah, if I add anything new, I'll let you all know. This will probably be the final time-lapsed part, if I'm being honest with you. And I'll see you soon. All right, so I did a little bit of mixing, just some adjustments on what I already had, and I flipped on the limiter here just for safety precautions. most of what I did was just arrangement stuff. I added some hi-hats. Uh, Not obviously, I added these before, but I switched up the pattern a bit. You know, I had a straight pattern here. Still no effects on these hi-hats. I decided to leave them dry. So I've got the real quick pattern, then I've got the switched up pattern, and then I chopped the quick pattern up a bit and arranged that around. I have the kick pattern, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the same kick pattern throughout the whole thing. I'm sure everybody will forgive me for that. Uh, I've done it on a couple other beats. I've got the snare varied a bit here, which you guys will hear on the demonstration, the 808s. The bass synth only kicks in on the intro, hook, and the outro. And then you've got the main synth through the whole thing, and then the vocals only on the hooks. And yeah, I also added my producer tag here and did a little fade out at the end. And with that, this was a nice mix and chill. I stumbled on my words a bit. I'm getting used to it again, but I decided to record this. I don't know when this beat will come out. I debated a little bit on making this a single, but I don't know. I'll see what happens with it. You guys will either see this mix and chill here a week or two before, maybe after this beat drops, or single, whatever it ends up becoming. And yeah, with that, that'll be it. And I'll let you all hear this. If you enjoyed this content and you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe and click all those fancy buttons to keep up with my stuff. As I've been saying, I'm promoting and making new music right now. Stumble over my words again there. I'm working on a remix tape, a mixtape of remixes, essentially, and then an album, which will be my second solo album after The Journey. And yeah, Slick and I have a lot of content coming. We have stuff on his channel, stuff on my channel, and we're uploading practically daily. And now I'll end it here. I'll let you hear this beat, and I'll see you in the next one.
You are watching a master at work.
Hello, everybody. This is a real quick punch in. As you heard at the end of the beat there, I played the full thing for you guys. However, on the released version, I made an edit and I did some EQ work just to make the low pass filter go down a bit and sweep out some of those high frequencies for part of the first and second verse. You'll hear that on the official release, but not on this one. Once again, this was your host, Amon, and I will see you in the next one. Stay tuned for more.